There is a place beneath everything, and the only way in is down. No scale waits for you here. No feather, no judge, no weighing of what you did or who you were. The good and the wicked walk the same road, and it leads to the same door. A door with a heavy bolt, and dust upon the bolt, and dust upon the hinge, and dust thick on the threshold no living foot has crossed. Inside, the dead sit in the dark. They have wings like birds. They eat clay, and they do not leave. Not the saint, not the king, not the gods themselves. Once the door closes, no one walks back out. The Egyptians feared being erased. The people of the two rivers feared something colder. They feared that you would go on, in the dust, forever, and that no one was coming to let you out. This is the oldest fear ever written down. Older than Greece, older than Egypt, pressed into wet clay with a reed, between the Tigris and the Euphrates, 4,000 years ago and more. And it is the bleakest vision of death that any people has ever dared to record. They called the underworld Galla, the Kur, the great below, and most often, simply, the land of no return. There was no paradise here. That is the thing you have to understand. The Sumerians did not believe that the good were rewarded somewhere bright, while the bad were punished somewhere dark. They believed that everyone, every single person who had ever lived, went to the same place when they died. And that place was a house, a great house, sunk deep beneath the world, behind 7 walls and 7 gates. They called it the House of Dust. Listen to how they described it, in their own words, carved into the tablets. It is a house where those who enter are stripped of the light, where dust is their food and clay their bread, where they are clothed like birds with garments of feathers, and they sit in the darkness and never see the day, where over the door and the bolt, the dust lies thick and still. Imagine it, not fire, not torment, just a gray, silent, endless dusk. You crouch in the dark with everyone who has ever died. You are hungry, always, and there is nothing to eat but dirt. You remember the sun, and you will never see it again. The kings are there, but they have no crowns. The priests are there, but no God listens. There is no time, no change, no end. There is only the dust, and the dark, and the knowing. And ruling over all of it, on a throne in the deepest dark, is a queen. Her name is Ereshkigal, the lady of the great place, the queen of the dead. And she is not cruel for cruelty's sake. She is something worse than cruel. She is the keeper of a law that cannot be broken, and the law is this: what comes down does not go up. The dead belong to her, and she does not give them back. We know what waits at her gates because of the day a goddess tried to walk through them alive. Her name was Inanna, the Queen of Heaven, the bright morning star, goddess of love and of war, the most powerful thing in the upper world. And for reasons of her own, she set her mind on the one kingdom she did not rule, the kingdom below. She put on her crown, her jewels, her royal robes, the rod and the measuring line of her power, and she went down to the land of no return. But the underworld has rules, even for a goddess. At the first gate, the gatekeeper stopped her. To pass, he said, she must give up her crown. She protested, and he answered with the words the dead always hear. "Be silent, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned." So she gave up her crown, and the gate opened. At the second gate, they took the jewels from her neck. At the third, the beads from her breast. At the fourth, the robe from her shoulders. At each of the 7 gates, they stripped one more thing from her: her power, her beauty, her name, her protection. Until at the 7th gate, they took the last royal garment from her body. And Inanna, the Queen of Heaven, walked into the throne room of her sister Ereshkigal naked, and bowed low, and was powerless. This is the secret the Sumerians buried in that story. That death is not a single moment. It is a stripping. One by one, it takes everything you used to be, your titles, your beauty, your strength, your very name, until you stand before the dark with nothing at all. And then Ereshkigal fixed upon her sister the eye of death. She spoke against her the word of wrath, the cry of guilt. And Inanna, the goddess, the queen of heaven, was struck dead on the spot, and her corpse was hung from a hook on the wall, like meat, to rot. Even a god in the house of dust is only meat on a hook. But Ereshkigal does not rule alone. The great below has its servants, and they are the part of this myth that should keep you awake. First, there is Namtar. His name means fate, but not fate as a kind word. Namtar is the cutter of fate, the one who decides the manner of your death and then comes to carry it out. He is the vizier of the underworld, the queen's right hand, and he is the bringer of disease. 60 diseases, the tablets say, he could loose upon a body, one for every part of you. When plague swept the cities between the rivers, when fever took a child in the night, the people did not say it was bad luck. They said Namtar had come. He is death as a messenger, quiet, official, already holding your name on a list. And below even Namtar are the Galla, the Gallu. These are the demons of the underworld, and there is nothing in them you can bargain with. They know no food, they know no drink. They eat no offerings, they accept no gifts. They do not take a bribe, they do not feel pity, they have never once shown mercy. They do not know good from evil. They are the cold machinery of the law that says the dead must be paid for. And when something is taken out of the underworld, the Galla come up into the world of the living to collect what is owed. Because the law is balance, and the dead can only return if someone takes their place. When Inanna was at last revived and rose back through the 7 gates, the Galla rose with her, swarming at her side, and they would not leave without their price, a living soul, to go down in her place. They tried to seize others, and she stopped them. And then she came home and found that her husband, the shepherd Dumuzi, had not mourned her at all. He was sitting on her throne in fine robes, untroubled. And she looked at him, and she gave him to the Galla. They fell on him. He ran. He prayed to be turned into a snake, into anything, to slip their grip. And he escaped them again and again, but the Galla never tire and never stop. And in the end, they ran him down and dragged him below. That is the last and coldest lesson of the House of Dust. The door does not just wait for you. Sometimes, it sends something up the stairs to find you. And when the Galla have your name, there is no crown high enough, no prayer loud enough, and no place far enough to run. This is what the people of the 2 rivers understood before almost anyone else, that the most honest picture of death might not be fire, and might not be paradise, and might not even be nothing. It might just be gray, a long dusk that does not end. Dust for bread, and silence for company, and a queen who never opens the door. But far across the ocean, in a land they never knew existed, another people built a different darkness. They did not believe the dead simply arrived. They believed the dead had to travel 4 long years through 9 levels of the underworld, across a river of black water, between mountains that crush you together, through a wind made of obsidian knives, all to reach a skeletal lord seated at the very bottom of the world, where the only reward for the whole terrible journey is finally to stop existing. Death Gods, Episode 5, The 9 Levels of Mictlan. Carry a coin for the river, and pray you packed enough for the road.